धड़केगा तू मुझे में सदा मैंने तेरा नाम दिल रख दिया.
They're playing on Unity 101, 27 minutes past 5, Friday drive time. You are with Hamdi Kumar on Unity 101, and joining me now is a very talented Sushmita Pati, all the way from Basingstoke. Hi, Sushmita.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? How are you enjoying the heat?
Yeah, I love it.
Loving it. Okay. Fantastic. So, Sushmita, can you quickly start by telling us what is Kala the Arts?
So, Hemanti, Kala the Arts is a arts and education charity. And part of the work we do is work with young people. Mm-hmm. Also, the local communities, i.e. Hampshire. And also, a big part of the work we do is developing artists, helping artists, mm-hmm. And creativity, bringing creativity to the boroughs, into schools, communities, and also creating professional performances in various events, and also taking them to libraries, workshop places, etc.
Fantastic. The Sushmita, I always believe when you are the CEO and the founder of Kala the Arts, am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So I always believe that when you do something, there's always a purpose behind that, isn't it? So what was the purpose behind Kala the Arts?
Well, they were sort of working with young people. How do we sort of train the next generation mm-hmm. Of young people to pick up sort of classical Indian dance, and in particular Odissi, because that was a dance form, which we brought to Hampshire, mm-hmm. And also how we create some of these performances in communities and get them to develop. And now we have, because we have been going on for 25 years, so we have the next generation of dancers who are actually working with the company. Some of them are also teaching as well, classes. Mm-hmm. Some are performing, some have become volunteers, and some have become trustees. How that journey has been shaped by sort of dance. But creativity remains the heart and core of the organization, mm-hmm. And high quality arts.
Fantastic. 25 years, Sushmita. 25 years. Wow. You did it. Fantastic.
Thank you.
So you are organizing this event celebrating the creative performances in South Asian dance and music, and it's happening on the 8th of July, so Saturday, at the Haymarket Theatre. So can you quickly tell us about this event that you're planning?
Yes. Definitely. So we have been working towards this from the beginning of the year. It happens at the Haymarket, which is our local venue here. And what is lovely about this is actually creating a film. So Helen Pritchard, who is one of our digital artists, she's working on the film, and it's a specially commissioned celebrating. So she takes us to the journey of the 25 years, how Kala the Arts sort of started, and also, all the different highlights and how we have helped shift the cultural landscapes across rural Hampshire. Mm-hmm. Because our story is very much about how within the rural Hampshire, we have enabled this arts to flourish and expand and reach the hearts of many, many, many people. Mm-hmm. But also we have wonderful performers like Yusuf Ali Khan, who has been, part of our journey. He's a tabla player based in London. We have also got a sort of a sarangi player as well, Avdar Singh, and a Taus player as well. He's going to be accompanying us as a young person. We have also got two of our youth companies who we have started. So one is the Vispar. Vispar is the Kathak youth company,
right?
And made out of young people. And then Tribhanga is the youth company, Odissi youth company. So we have just started working with those young people, establishing them as companies now. And they will be part of the performance. And also we have got Sapta, which is a professional dance company, Kala the Arts Wing. So various styles there, Bharatanatyam, Kathak, Odissi, and folk as part of the collaboration. So what we have also done is some of the work we have done in the last 25 years where we have successful work, where we have choreographed with three composers. That's also coming as part of the event. And that's so a lot of professional performances and young people performing, but also thanks to you to bring us a band. So we have got Amit Dey, who is playing, and his couple of his bands. So there will be for the music lovers, there's music as well.
Yes.
So taking us down the memory lane. So there is a lot of things happening on that day.
I
the best.
can tell. Yeah, it sounds like a fantastic event. So you have something for everyone, isn't it? It's just you're catering everyone literally. So there will be dance, there will be music, and I mean, Sushmita, I know you personally, so you do so much for the community, and you have been doing so much for the last 25 years. So how do you do it? I mean, how do you work so nice with the community, and how do you do it? How do you manage to do that?
I think I would say a bit of my journey is also come from an artistic family, so there has been a bit of support from my parents to begin with. Sort of shaping some of but also I think the sort of not being afraid of failing sort of has driven me a bit as well. Because we learn sometimes from our failures, and also there has some of the things didn't necessarily work, but learning from that and sharing that with sort of my peers and groups. What sort of works in a certain area and what sort of doesn't work. But what I find is Hampshire has a lot of very loving and creative young people. So we were able to tap into that, and we have done a lot of school work. We have done literally over the years 360 plus schools we have worked in. So this was not necessarily Kala the Arts going to the schools, but actually schools requesting us to work with them. And they were very interested in the South Asian dance, and particularly the benefits of dance as well, which is physical health, and also sharing of cultures, and just, the music which goes with the dance as well, which they have enjoyed. And then teachers have adopted it, and they've taken it to the schools, and some schools have actually put dance as part of their curriculum, in that journey. Yes, I think that sort of has been quite a successful. And post-COVID, I felt how dance is used for mental health, how young people are sort of, how it's helping the mental health of young people, yes, and I think that is something Kala, and also single parents as well. Now Kala works with a lot of single parents, and disadvantaged children as well. So that has become something, which sort of has happened in the process, and we feel very happy about that. We have a diversity of people we work with, and in terms of communities, there is the dance community we work with, the artistic community, but also any sort of other communities. Like, for example, we are taking dance tomorrow to Eastrow Park for the community festival, where it's a multicultural forum who are putting up this event, and we are performing there, and then we are also performing on the 1st of July as part of Basingstoke festival, and also we have an outdoor sort of event happening on the 30th with Richard Children's Festival, 30th of July. And 4 weeks in August, from July 25th till the 17th of August, we have 4 weeks of workshops with young people, where they are learning skills. They are also, having food at the end of it as well. So it's a food program. And also how some of that work becomes part of our journey in the autumn term as well. The skills we have developed. Yes, I think it's fun. It's fun, but also it's like we learn a lot from young people.
Yes.
And as COVID, we have managed to do a lot of things digitally. So it has reached a wider audience. So, for example, on the 8th of July, we have performers from Manchester, Bristol, Gloucestershire, Surrey, London, Berkshire, Hampshire.
So this is a beautiful thing you're doing, Sushmita. You being all inclusive. It's not about how far do you live. It's about how passionate you are, isn't it?
I guess so, yes, in some ways. But also, I think I share the passion with so many artists I work with.
Yes.
Because sometimes when you have these wonderful people you're working amongst, musicians, visual artists who will be on the 8th, their stories, how we sort of, how we are working together, enhancing each other's work, and, they're just part of the journey. It is a bit hard work because after COVID, for the arts, it has been very difficult.
Yes.
Because when I visited some of the organizations in London, they were saying we have lost 20% of our students, but we had lost a lot of students.
Wow.
So having to rebuild that, and just going back into that. And now I think a lot of people are very interested to do live things rather than Zoom sessions. There has been a real increase, and a real increase in the diversity of audiences as well. We now teach, and a lot of the parents also want to learn with their children as well, because it's like something, they feel they had learned at home. For the home, some of them is Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, and how they can learn this art form from this organization here.
This is Kala the Arts is growing every day, isn't it? It's growing, and I've seen you, and your teamwork. You're working with people all the time, and you're excellent with your people's skill is excellent. So how do you do that with people? Working with so many people, and building the team.
I think it's just doing it for years, I would say, and experiences. I've had, I think, very lucky because in Hampshire, the experience has been very different to, say, if I was working in London, because I have worked in London as well.
Right.
So I think, to be honest, it's literally like, you just take advantage of that opportunity of working in Hampshire. And, there's a greater diversity in Hampshire now as well. So our work, at the moment, we are working in Berkshire, sort of Hampshire, even if you're based in North Hampshire. And I think I've been very lucky to also have a lot of people advise us. The board is really good. We have got a very good board today. Today we have a board of A-Day as well. So the trustees are upstairs.
Lovely.
Having a discussion while I'm doing the interview. And I'm going to get back in there.
Fantastic. Sushmita, quickly. So can you tell us how can people get involved with Kala the Arts and how?
So I think anybody can get involved with us. All they have to do is pick up the phone or just email us, because we have volunteers actually helping us shape some of the festivals. They can volunteer for events. They can just, we have a vacancy for a board member as well, so they can join the board if they've got the right skills. And then I think advocacy for the sort of arts in general, and also if they've got a background of some experience of, South Asian sort of arts and culture, they can just be part of the organization in whatever capacity they would like.
Right. Okay.
We definitely, because we are running events, bigger events as well, since the last 2-3 years. So in whatever capacity, even like announcer, various roles are there. All they have to just let us know that what are they interested in, how, and then they can also have sort of pre-workshop sessions as well. So we invite artists. So if they're interested to attend some workshop sessions, they can do that as well to learn more about the art form.
This is fantastic.
With all different artists, yeah.
Lovely. It's getting more and more interesting. So where can people, if they want to, join you for the 8th of July, this event, so how can they buy the tickets?
So a couple of things. One, they can, the event is advertised on Kala the Arts website, so which is www.kalathearts as one word, .co.uk. They can look at the website, and that has information about the event, or they could go to Anvil Arts. And all they have to do is just type in Anvil, and I will give you, I'll give you the website as well. It's www.anvil.org.uk. So that's their website. And then, they can see that on the 8th of July, it's advertised there, and they can buy the tickets. But I think they would definitely like the show.
Oh, yes. I can see the flyer, and it looks very, very interesting, very colorful, and I would be there. So I'm sure our listeners would love to attend this special event. Now, lastly, Sushmita, before you go, can you quickly tell us how has dancing inspired you, and also if you have any special message for our listeners who love to dance.
Dancing, I would say, in terms of dancing generally is, to be a full-time dancer is quite difficult.
Okay.
I'm not going to make any excuses. It is quite hard. But I would say there is a lot more networking at the moment. Than say 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So that is something. If somebody starts, there are opportunities, and we are definitely creating more opportunities, particularly for young people, training opportunities, reaching, and trying to reach out to more audiences.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say people should start with just coming to a theatre to watch a performance, or wherever they can see anything quite high quality work. They should try and just see it, rather than getting worried that they don't understand. Because sometimes when you go into those places, you see other people and you start those little conversations, and then you make friends with people, and that is sometimes really lovely to just go and see something. And then then perhaps once they've seen a variety of things as well. And what I notice is there's a growth in parade. So there's like a lot of parades happening. Like for example, this in Basingstoke we just had one last week in Rushmore.
Yes. Yeah.
Now Southampton has a Mela as well.
Yes.
And Basingstoke has a festival starting next week for 2 weeks. So various opportunities are there. So they just have to go, into their local theatre, and it's nice for people to just go and see something and support the arts.
Yes,
I think that would be my overall message. Because it's lovely if they've got a little bit of, they feel that they've not had the time. This may be the right time.
Yes, sure.
Because and a wonderful day like this,
Yes.
What can I say?
Absolutely, this is the right time. This is the right day. So people should, do more and support more to, raise the awareness for South Asian dance and music, and we should do it.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. And lovely meeting you again.
And thank you so much, Sushmita, for taking your time talking to us. And you have a fantastic event. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.